how to manifest harmonious union with your twin flame and end separation forever. If you're ready to let go of the fantasy and the whimsical thoughts of being with your twin flame and actually being with them for real, because you deserve that, you're gonna want to watch this video, because I'm going to share with you exactly what I did, me and my twin flame Adam, and how we manifested our harmonious union and how we maintain it today. I'm Breann, Master Certified Ascension Coach with Twin Flames Universe. And if you've been watching my videos, or if this is the very first video of mine that you've seen, know that my twin flame and I are students of Twin Flames Universe. Before we found the teachings of union, we were stuck spinning our wheels in a state of separation from one another. I spent over a year contacting psychics over and over and over again, trying to find out stuff about my twin flame, or trying to find out how I could heal separation from my twin flame. And looking back where I'm at today, probably 99% of the information that I received from psychics did not help me move forward at all on my journey. Now, I'm not discrediting psychics. Psychics can read the energy very well, but they cannot predict your future, because your future is for you to choose, meaning that we don't sit around and wait for some dream and desire to drop into our lap. We have to actively participate in our lives and manifest what we do desire. With that being said, the way that I healed separation from my twin flame is with the mirror exercise. And I get questions about the mirror exercise very frequently on my videos. So I really just wanted to make a video specifically about the mirror exercise and the steps, the details of the steps. That way that you can follow along and you can either refine what it is that you're currently doing with the mirror exercise, or if you have any questions about the steps, then I'm going to answer those for you today. And if you're wondering where you can find in depth about the mirror exercise, it's in Twin Flames, Finding Your Ultimate Lover by Jeff and Shalia. You can get this book on Amazon. There's a downloadable version, there's an audio version, or you can get the paperback version. And I'm going to read you a little excerpt from the book just so you have a better understanding of what the mirror exercise is. It says, the mirror exercise, a new and faster method to achieving divine union. The sacred practice of the mirror exercise can and will assist you all the way to your enlightenment, otherwise known as self-realization or your ascension. This will be your natural next step once you attain your permanent harmonious twin flame union. The practice of mirroring does not end until you enter perfect union, ascension/enlightenment, with the divine and your twin flame. This will happen simultaneously in the same holy instant. So the mirror exercise is a fast track to your enlightenment, and that is what our twin flame is. It is a romantic, deeply passionate love, but they are essentially your ascension tool. They are showing you where you're out of alignment with your divine self. They are a quick ascension path to your complete and total ascension and enlightenment. All right, so step one of the mirror exercise. This is where you get to project your upset onto your twin flame. Remember, your twin flame's you. They are your divine mirror. And so whatever they are showing you, whatever they're doing that's triggering you right now, they're running from you, they've blocked you, they're not talking to you, they're doing something stupid that's just deeply upsetting you. This is what you're going to want to do in step one, is project. So with those examples, we could let step one be, I'm upset with my twin flame because they are not communicating with me. This is a big one that almost every single twin flame union moves through. I move through it too in layers. But step one, I'm upset with my twin flame because they are not communicating with me, right? You get very clear, simple sentence, succinct on the upset. It doesn't need to be some long, drawn out paragraph. You want to make it very short and simple. So if you're having trouble getting entirely clear on what your step one would be, you're going to want to use pen and paper. Write down your feelings, journal it out. And as you journal it out, you're going to get entirely clear on what it is that your twin flame is doing. That way that you can put it in a sentence such as this: my twin flame is upsetting me because they are not communicating with me. Projection. You point the finger, get all your frustrations out. You can be upset, you can feel your feelings, you can be angry, whatever it is that you're feeling. Honor and respect how you're feeling, because that is your experience. In step two, all right, you've already done all of step one. You've projected your feelings, your upset onto your twin flame. Now it's time to take your power back. And this is what step 2 does for you, is you get to claim all of your power back. In step 2, you're going to switch all of the nouns to pronouns. And I recommend doing this on pen and paper. That way you can master it for yourself and get very clear on what step 1 is going to look like and what step 2 is going to look like. But step 2, with this example that I'm using, is going to be, I'm upset with myself, right? Twin flame turns back to myself because I'm not communicating with myself. And if you're very well versed in the mirror exercise, you've been doing it for a while, you're probably going to instantly feel that click in your heart. You're going to be like, wow, okay, I can feel that in some way that is happening, that I'm not communicating with myself. If you're brand new to the mirror exercise, you're probably all automatically thinking, okay, that makes no sense whatsoever. How can I talk to myself? But you got to go deeper here, okay? Remember, you and your twin flame are energetic beings first. You see a body, you see your twin flame's body, but you are energy beings first. And that energy is always in motion. It's always vibrating at some frequency. And because we are energetic beings, we are also feeling beings, meaning that we navigate our reality through our feelings. And if you're numbed out to your heart and to your feelings, that's instantly going to be the first place that you're going to want to go, where you're not communicating with yourself. Feeling your feelings is connecting with yourself. It's communication with self. And I can feel that as I say that, that's providing instant relief to maybe some confusion on what this is or what it would mean for you. There's many different ways that you could not be communicating with yourself, like not listening to your feelings, not feeling your feelings, not respecting how you feel, gaslighting yourself, disregarding how you feel, not connecting with yourself and truly being honest with your needs, wants, and desires. These are just some examples of how step 2 could be true for you. Now that we've completed step 2, we're going to move into step 3, all right? And step 3 is simply just to confirm that what step 2, that it resonated in your heart, that it clicked with you, that you got it. And step 3 is simply, you ask yourself, is there any truth to this statement? And this statement being, was step 2 true? When you turn those nouns to pronouns, was it an accurate statement? And here's a hint, step 3 is always true, because if you go back, you were upset. And so because you were upset, then there always is going to be truth to step 2. But if you're walking through this and you're finding that what you're mirroring is not making sense and it's not clicking with you, don't force yourself. Go all the way back to step 1 and rework it. You want to get completely clear on step 1, otherwise it's not going to click. And sometimes we think that we have the upset, but we don't. And so we're kind of like just pushing ourselves to move through the healing, or, maybe not really honoring how we feel. Go back to step 1 and get clear. Don't ever force yourself and don't ever push yourself. Never abuse yourself with any spiritual tool. You should never control yourself, force yourself, or push yourself. That's a no-no. Always treat yourself with deep compassion and respect. And if it doesn't resonate, just go back to step 1 and try something different. All right. And then the last and final step, and a very important step, is number 4. And number 4 is where you love that part of yourself. Going back to our example, I'm upset that I'm not communicating with myself, and I identified that I'm actually numbed out to my feelings, and I'm not connecting with myself. And there's a few different things that you can do here in step 4. And I often find people get confused with step 4 because they're like, well, how do I love myself? Well, remember that you create in your reality by your choice. If you feel completely confused with step 4, just make a new choice. And all that you need to do is you identify that you're not communicating with yourself. You're not feeling your feelings. All that needs to happen now is choose to feel your feelings. Choose to connect with yourself. And instantly, as you make that choice, your energetic being begins to shift to align to that choice. And you will find that your heart does start to open up and you do start to feel your feelings. Something else that you can do is, if you like to visualize, not everyone likes to visualize, I do, but whenever I find that I've done the mirror exercise, there's a part of me, maybe an inner child aspect of me, that I was not communicating with, or is just hurt for whatever reason, whatever it is that I'm mirroring in the moment. And I just ask that inner child, I visualize that part of me. And sometimes it's a my 5-year-old self, and I'll just, my eyes close and I'll just ask that part of myself, like, what do you need to feel loved? It's the same as if you were, let's say if you had a child or your little brother or sister was standing there with you, or just a little kid, and they were very upset and you were standing there with them, you would want to console them, you have compassion, and just, give them what they need in that moment to soothe them, to help them come back to, their state of being, their happiness, their joy. And you want to do that for yourself. So in visualizing, for me, I just visualize that part of me, that 5-year-old little girl, and I ask her, like I'm talking to her, what do you need? And that part of you is always going to respond back to you every single time. And they might say, I need attention, I need a hug, I need you to listen to me, I need you to love me, I need you to respect me. That part of you is always going to tell you exactly what it needs. And so in this instance, I'm just going to choose to love myself. I'm going to choose to envision giving that 5-year-old self within me a hug, and just console her and make sure that she knows that I'm there for her. And I choose to listen and connect with myself, because that is communication. And then once I feel like a peaceful feeling and a good feeling with that aspect of me, and then I just invite, and, bringing that part of me back into my heart, it just melts back into my heart. And what my inner child has been doing lately is, we call it like an inner joy slide, but she just jumps on this water slide and like slides into my heart. And then I feel, this peaceful, good feeling in my heart. And once I feel that peaceful, good feeling, I know that I've completed the mirror exercise, and I can check in with step one. I can go back and be like, okay, I was upset because my twin flame, it felt like they weren't communicating with me. And I'll feel peaceful. And then I don't feel upset with my twin flame. And then I know that I healed it. I resolved that block of separation. And this is really all that you need to do to heal separation from your twin flame. And a lot of people, sometimes, especially when they come across this, they're like, no, that's too simple. It must be harder than that. It must be really difficult to manifest my union, but it's not. Love is simple, love is straightforward, and it does not hide from us. And so all we have to do is identify the places within ourselves that are not aligned with love. And you bring in love there, and that is your union. Your twin flame is you. So when you love yourself, you're embodying union in your consciousness. And this is how you manifest physical union. And there's so much deeper that you can go here. I mean, that was a basic example of the mirror exercise that we just walked through. Other people that I've talked to, like they, might tweak things here and there to make it work for them, or every single time they write it down, or some people use visualization, others don't. But you just got to find like what works for you, but make sure that you stick to the 4 steps. You want to make sure that you're completing all 4 steps. It's okay if you adjust it a little bit here and there to fit what works for you. All that matters is that you're coming to a place of peace in the end, because as long as you're coming to a place of peace, then you know that you've healed that block in your union. And I want to stress this again, because sometimes people will pick up the mirror exercise and then they believe that it's a way that they abuse themselves, or that they have to be at fault for what it is that's manifested in the reality. That's not what this is, guys. This is not a tool to fault yourself or a tool to be hard on yourself. That's not this at all. It's simply to recognize what doesn't feel good within yourself and your union and your reality, and love yourself. Love is the answer here. And with love, that means gentleness, that means compassion, that means claiming your power back and knowing that you are a divine child and you get to create the reality that you desire. And your power is your peace. Power's not control. Power is peace. Your peace, that stillness in your heart, that love, that joy, that is your power. And that is the foundation which your union manifests from. So if you have any more questions about the mirror exercise, feel free to drop them below. I hope that this video clarified in depth what the mirror exercise is, how you can apply it for yourself, And if you need any support, feel free to reach out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.